roller down onto our lower back where we did all those squats. So coming onto maybe your elbows. Good, rolling up and down. Maybe you're on a tennis ball. Nice, relax your neck. And just roll up to the top, just so we get our whole, go up to your shoulders, because we don't need to skip our shoulders, right? So just roll forward and back. Nice, so get between your shoulders, get the middle of your back, come on down. Nice. And then when you come to about the middle, let's just go right and left. So get those obliques. So I'm thinking for you, Deb, this might be good. Nice. Maybe put your elbows down and then come to your low back and same thing. So now you're getting your psoas. So take your feet wide and just rotate your knees from side to side and get that muscle just above your glutes. Nice. Good. And I don't want to work my tummy any more than that. Good. All right. And then from here, let's take the roller onto your left glute. I don't know about you, but this is feeling really nice to me. So just get that left glute, take the roller at an angle. And try and roll all the way up to the top of your right glute and all the way back. Maybe your feet are on the ground, your knees are facing up. And then take your left hand and just kind of press it into the ground so that you're stretching that left shoulder while you're doing this. And then see if you can turn your knees towards the camera or away, to the left and get that side of your hip. Yeah, this one's talking to me. So Marion, turn your knees towards your bed. Yeah. Nice. So just get those different parts, right? Good job. Nice. And then come back to center, turn your knees the other way. Get that right outer glute medius. Right, the side of your hip. Lots of muscles coming together here. And then press in that right hand and see if you can turn your chest away from your hand. You get a stretch in your shoulder. If you can't, don't worry about it. Trying to make up a compound stretch instead of a compound exercise. I don't know if that's a thing. Nice. Good job. Nice. And then from here, you can sit and roll the top of your legs. If you have really tight, you can take your arms onto your quads and just roll forward and back. If you want it more intense, you can lay on your belly. So you can do it like this, or you can lay on your belly and roll both legs at once. And then take the roller to that spot between your knee and then say the bottom of your shorts if you have shorts on. This area is way too sensitive for me to lay on. So this is a better option for me. Good. And then roll over the front, maybe roll into the inside of your thigh. Nice. Bring the roller just above your knee. Melissa's going full force. You go, girl. And then switch to the other leg. Good. So starting with the center, then go to the outside of that right leg. Just work it around. Nice. Good. So make sure you get up by the top of your hip and then down by your knee. Nice. Good job. All right, and then I'm gonna get my shins. So I think that you're gonna wanna sit for this one, Melissa. Or you can just stay where you are and don't worry about your shins, get the inside of your thigh, do one leg at a time, because you just turned over, so maybe you could do that instead. So I'm gonna get the outside of my left shin. And also get a little forward fold. So pull in your belly, try and bring your chest forward, right? And then go to the inside of your shin and just see if you can pull in your belly, pull your shoulder blades back and just get a little bit deeper in your fold. Good, and then switch to your right leg. Nice. So outside of your right shin and inside. Nice. And then when you're ready, put the roller down, just put your hands on either side of you. Good. Bring your shoulder blades back. Yep, you could use a band there. Good idea. So pull the shoulders back, shine your heart forward. Good. And just hang out. And let your body release on its own. And then if there's a little bit more there, hang out. You can even take your roller underneath your head if you want. But that might be too far down. That might be farther away than you're willing to go. Or you can just let your head hang, but notice as you just hang out here, as your body just releases. Nice. Stay here for a few more moments. Pulling in your belly, doing like a kegel, shining your heart forward. Just notice if you've gotten a little farther than where you were. You all look a little bit farther than where you were. Nice. And then come up to sitting. Let's do our hamstrings. So take the roller under the right or the left hamstring. And then just roll forward and back, either on a ball or on a roller. Right, so we did a lot of work with our hamstrings. We did all the cardio. We did upright rows. I think we did yesterday, we laid on our belly and we lifted the back of our legs. So that's our hamstrings. Good. Then turn your foot in a little bit, get that inner thigh. Good, turn your foot out a little bit. Nice. And then bring the roller to just above your knee. Maybe take your foot from side to side. This is a Deb special. Maybe still stay with that up and down. Maybe do both. Nice. Nice. And then bring the roller to the back of your calf. Right, and your toes face, first they face up towards the ceiling, then you can turn your toes away. And then you can turn your toes in, so get the different parts of your calf muscle. There's two muscles back there, so we'll get both of them. Nice, and then finally, let's get our right foot, because I know that'll make Liz and Debbie happy. So take the ball or the roller underneath your foot. Start with the center, and then maybe get the right edge, get the left edge. You can put some weight into your hands to make it more intense. You can stand up if you want to. I'm not going to do that, but you can. Nice. And then from here, let's take our legs straight again. Just feel my right leg is like literally a centimeter longer than my left, and it's kind of melting into the earth. So let's do the same thing with our left leg. So start with that left hamstring. And let's just roll. So sometimes this one feels better with a ball. For me, it feels better with the roller because it's such a big muscle. Start with your foot facing up towards the ceiling and then turn it in. Breathe. And then turn it out. Melissa, I hope you're thinking, oh, I missed this class. I think this is you and Marianne's favorite class. Right? Yeah. Oh, it does feel good. That's what I'm thinking anyway. And then bring the ball or the roller just above your knee. Same thing, either roll forward and back, or maybe take your legs side to side. We're going to call this the Mike Krawitz. Just try different things, see what feels good in your body. Nice. Nice. And then maybe you can go under your knee if you want for a minute. Kind of just push your leg into the ball or the roller, maybe go from side to side. Nice. And then come onto your left calf and let's roll it forward and back. Nice. So turn your foot out. Turn your foot towards the ceiling. Turn your foot in. Nice. Notice where your body's talking to you. It's telling you, oh, we need more love here. Maybe it's not reacting. Okay, this area is okay. Maybe it's just medium, right? Good. And then bring your left foot onto the roller or this ball. You can put some weight into your foot. You can put some weight into your hands. And then turn your foot out to the side. Good. Turn your foot in. Nice. Good. And then both of your legs should be laying nicely onto the floor. Let's try that hold and notice if you went a little, if you go a little farther. So press in your hands, lift your chest. Good. And then crawl your fingers a little bit forward. Good. Send your chest forward. Crawl your fingers a little bit forward. Nice form, you guys. Good. Nice. So Deb, try and bring your chest towards your legs, not your head. So send your chest towards your toes. Yes, gaze forward, not down. Nice. Are you guys feeling a little bit more open than the first time we did this? Yes, good. Thank you, Marianne. Nice. Good job. All right. Inhale, come on up. Let's do some, so we did our hamstrings. Let's do some hip work. So let's do the 90-90. So bring that right foot forward, that left foot back. Good. And then just rock your chest forward. I have my right hand on my knee and my left hand on my foot. You can also take your hands in front of you. Good, so turn your chest a little bit more forward, Melissa, towards me. Yes. Nice. Good, and then just come down onto your elbows and hang out for a moment. You can stack your fists, you can put your head on the block. Feel those hips just release and relax. Notice if you're tightening up in your neck or shoulders, make an adjustment. Good. Then walk your hands so that one hand's on either side of your knee and you're kind of twisting here. So one hand's on either side of your right knee. You're kind of turning to the right and you're getting a deeper stretch in your outer right hip. You can stay up higher. You can bring that left arm onto the mat and get that left shoulder blade as well. Nice. Inhale, come on up, and then walk your hands so they're on either side of that front foot, that right foot. Good. And get that right side of your body. Nice. See if you can straighten your arms, or you can bend your elbows, come onto your elbows. Good. Relax your neck. I keep noticing I'm tensing in my neck. So relax your neck if you're doing what I'm doing. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Let's bend that back foot. Press your foot into your hand into your foot, and open your chest. Send your chest forward. Yes. So feel that pec opening, feel that quad opening. Good. And then maybe squeeze your leg into the mat and release. So pull that knee into the mat and release. Pull that knee into the mat and release. Good job. Let's take our legs wide. You can have your hands behind you because we're going to do relaxed today. So just bring that right knee in and then that left knee out to the side. So legs even wider, Marianne. And then right knee up, left knee comes up. So notice when you come to the right side, the difference in your hips. Nice. So nice and slow. Good. And then turn to the left. So your left shin is in line with the front of the mat. Your right shin is in line with the front of the mat. And then you're bringing your chest over that left shin. Good. So just do that bouncing. Maybe you take your hands on your hip and you push that hip forward and back. See what feels good in your body. Nice. Yeah. Nice, Melissa. Good. And then crawl yourself forward. So maybe your right hand is on your foot, your left hand's on your knee. Maybe you're coming onto your elbows. Maybe you have your block underneath you. So on this side of my body, my leg's asking me to please straighten out. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go into pigeon here and bring my left heel in. My right side is tighter than my left. So just breathe into the tight areas, and when you exhale, let go. Good. Notice if you're holding any tightness in some part of your hamstring, some part of your hip, or for me, it keeps being my neck. Let it go. Good. And then inhale, come on up. Bring that left foot forward, bend your right knee. And then press to that left hand, open your chest, grab that back foot. So you're doing like a little twist. Oh, I forgot something. So we're going to go back down in a second. Nice. So feel that nice stretch in your right quad. Good. And your right pec. Good. And then let's come back down. So either in pigeon or 90-90. Good. And then let's walk our hands to either side of that left knee. And that will intensify the stretch in your left glute. Just hang out and breathe. Feel those little micro releases in your hip, maybe in your low back. Good, and then lift on up and walk your hands the other way. So I'm gonna come onto my elbows because that feels better for me. Or you can take that left hand straight, have that right elbow down, get more of a side body stretch, see what feels good in your body. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Good, let's take our feet wide again. And then left knee comes in, right knee goes out. Good. Inhale, left knee comes up, right knee comes up and goes out. Good, inhale. Nice. Exhale. Good. And then come on to all fours. Let's take our hands in front of us. And if you have blocks, I'm going to say use the blocks, or you might even stand against the wall. So either use your blocks and let your belly hang, bringing your chin to the mat, or you can even come to the wall and then let your chin come towards the floor. Get that nice opening in your shoulders. So try one or the other, whatever feels good to you. Nice. So Melissa, you can put your hands on books, or you can put your hands on that bench behind your bed. Yes, perfect. Good. Nice. So first we're going to open. So just bring your chin towards the mat. Good. And feel the back of your shoulders release. Good. And then if you're using a block or a roller, see if you can pull your block towards you or your roller towards you and open up a little bit more. Nice. Good. And then from here, I want you to bring your elbows to the ground. You can put your elbows on the roller, which is kind of how we started off with, or your elbows on blocks. But this is kind of nice. Elbows on the roller, hands in prayer. And then you can roll forward and back on your triceps. Nice. Make sure your knees are back far enough that your weight, that your hips are over your knees. Nice. And then let's ditch the roller. Good. Come back into that puppy pose. This time I want you to press in your hands. So maybe you're on the blocks, maybe you're against the wall, maybe you're on the roller. Press in your hands, pull in your belly. Make it strong and flat. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, strengthening. Exhale. Good. And then ditch the blocks. Bring your hands in a little bit. Good. I want you to press in your hands. Tuck your toes under, and then bring your booty over your heels. And that same press in your hands like you just did. Your arms are on either side of your ears. And then send your booty up to down dog. Stretch those hamstrings. Good. And then bend your knees. Booty's hovering over your heels. Good. Up to down dog. Good. Bend your knees. Good. Come all the way on down. Good. Let's take our knees wide. So here's where you might want the roller to support you or your blocks to support you. You put your arms on the blocks or on the roller. And then just roll forward and back, opening the front of your hips. Nice. And then squeeze your legs towards each other and then see if you can release a little bit more. Nice. And then squeeze and then release. So maybe you can come off the block, maybe you can't. Nice. And then bring your knees in. We're gonna do that shoulder opener. You might want your block or a pillow for your head. You're gonna take that right arm, reach it up and underneath you. And then maybe put your right ear on a block. Relax the neck. And then just start off pressing your left hand into your right arm, really getting a stretch in the back of your right arm and shoulder. And then pull your hips in line with each other. So pull your left hip back. Good. So take a moment there. And then take your left hand on top of your right arm, not on your right arm, but above your right arm, pressing it into the mat like a chaturanga arm. And then take that left leg out to the side. And see if you can press your foot into the ground and then release, open up. Good, foot into the ground, release and open up. Good, keeping some weight, pressing into the back of your right arm, pressing into your left arm. And then if you want to add a bind, you can take that left arm up and grab your right thigh. It doesn't have to happen, just another option. Good, press that right knee into the ground and then release that left leg out. Nice. And then make your way back to center. Let's take a child's pose. Hands behind you and turn your head to the right. So again, you can use the block or no block. It's a nice stretch in your neck. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Come on to tabletop. Take that right arm up. Good. Thread it underneath you. Did we already do the right arm? If you did that arm, do the other arm. I'm turning around again. I think it's the left arm because I turned around. What else is new, right? So press the right hand into your left. Get a deep stretch in that whole left side of your shoulder. Good, and pull your right hip next to your left. Good. Then take your right hand above your left arm in like a chaturanga bent elbow. Good. Take that right leg out to the side. Good, and then press in your right foot into your left knee, and then release that leg out. Good, press into your right foot, into your left knee. Good, let that right leg come out. I'm not going any further than that. So I'm getting a nice stretch in my inner groin and my outer left shoulder. Good, and then if you want, bring that right arm behind you, get that bind in that shoulder. Good, so that's the area that we stretched when we did that infraspinatus in the lower half of our shoulder. So hopefully that feels okay. Nice. And then just bring that knee in. I think having my leg out feels like too much for me, so you do not have to do that. And then just come back to child's pose, turn your head the other way. So get a nice stretch in your neck. Nice. And then let's come on up onto our knees. Good. Roll your shoulders in, back and down. Lift your heart. In, back and down. Good. And then take your hands on your booty. So this is the muscle that we strengthened yesterday when we were doing this. So now we're going to open. So press into your low back, press your elbows towards each other, lift your heart. Good. And then inhale, tuck your toes under. Good, stretch your quads. Good. Inhale, come on up, pull those elbows together, send your hips forward, gaze up towards the ceiling. Good. Exhale. Maybe keep your toes tucked under, stretch your feet or not. Nice. And then inhale, come on up. Okay, so I'm going to step my right foot forward. If you need to, have a blanket underneath your knees. I'm going to have my blocks here, but press down into your right foot, squeeze your pelvic floor. And down into your left foot, and then roll those shoulders down and back. So that same thing. So press into your front foot, press into your left foot. Good. Take this shorter stance and then just squeeze. So press that left knee down, press that right foot down. Good. Getting a nice stretch, but strengthening stretch in that right quad. Good. And then from here, slide your foot a little bit forward. Stretch, and then hamstrings. Stretch, and then hamstrings. Good. And then stretch. Lift your chest. Maybe lift that left foot part way. Maybe reach back with your right hand if you're more open. So Deb, take your front foot a little wider. You'll have more stability. Yes. And then you can have your hands here and just come like this. Yeah. Go far as an A. You maniac. Nice. Exhale, release. And then slide your right foot out at an angle. Pull your heel towards your knee towards your heel. And then see if you can slide it a little farther. Good. Heel towards your knee towards your heel. Nice. But just see where you end up. Maybe your left knee can come back a little bit. Maybe not. Maybe you're like, I'm too tight. It's not happening today. Maybe you put the block underneath your leg and cheat. Nice. And then you got to figure out how to get out of here. I can't really help you. So I'm pushing into the block, pulling my heel in, crawling on out. Good. Let's take your hands in front of you. Press in your hands, tuck your toes under, hover, bring your booty back, and then up to down dog. Good. Bend your right leg, bend your left leg, right leg, left leg. Good. Come all the way back down. Good. Let's bring your left foot forward. So I want you to be upright. I want your shoulders over your hips. I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor and press into that front foot. Good. Your hands can be on your blocks, fingertips on your blocks. Your hands can be on your hips. Good. Really press into your feet. Squeeze that left heel towards your right knee forward. So first strengthening Varsity. Good. Maybe pull those elbows towards each other. Squeeze your pelvic floor. Feel that strength and stretch. Good. And then release. And then strengthen, stretch, really pressing your feet into the ground. Good, and then release, good. And then bring that foot a little farther forward and get more of an opening stretch. So bent, lunge, and then hamstrings. Lunge. Nice. Lunge. Good. And then from here, put your weight in your hands. Maybe bring your foot in a little bit more. Bend that back leg. Maybe your right hand's on the block. See if you can grab that left foot. Otherwise, skip it. Nice. Exhale, release. Good. And then slide that left foot at an angle. So not straight in front of you. Maybe your blocks are on the inside of your leg. Pull your heel towards your knee towards your heel. And then slide that left foot forward. Good. Heel towards your knee towards your heel. Good. So if you're on carpet, it's going to work better if you're wearing socks. If you're on hardwood floors, same thing. Or if you have a blanket. Good. And then if you want to, you can put the block underneath your hip and cheat a little bit and send your arms up. Nice. And then exhale, bring that leg in. Oh my goodness, that was a lot. That was a lot, right? Let's make our way onto our belly. Good. Come on to your elbows, press in your hands, press in your pelvic floor, and pull your shoulder blades down your back. Good, so a nice opener. Nice, so Melissa, bring your elbows closer to your body. And then send your chest at me, like give me attitude, right? Nice. Press in the tops of your toes, shine your heart forward, and then maybe slide your hands forward into seal pose. If it hurts your back, go lower, but really press that pelvic floor into the ground or stay in that Sphinx pose. Nice. Nice. All right, from here, you can stand up with me or you can lay on the ground and do this. I'm going to take my right hand into the wall and turn my feet out. This stretches the nerve that goes down your arm. So, yeah, and make sure your hand is even with your shoulder. Good. The other way to do this is you lay on your belly, pressing your left hand. It's kind of the same thing, right? Nice, so really press in your hands, relax your neck. Good job. Exhale, release, and then change sides. So you're either on the floor. If you're on the wall, make sure your hand is even with your shoulders, not higher. Good, and then twist. So turn your feet away from your arm. Nice, and you can take your leg behind you. I don't know how that works on the wall. I haven't tried that, but we can give it a go. So feel that nice opening in the front of your chest, down the back of your arm. Nice. And then exhale, release. Good job, you guys. Nice. And then from here, let's make our way onto our backs. Good. I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to try this with the roller. I'm going to do a bridge pose with the roller. That actually feels okay. So either put blocks underneath your booty or put the roller just at the top of your sacrum. Just come into this restorative bridge pose. So your arms can be by your sides, they can be out in cactus pose. Scan your body, notice where you're holding any tension. And let it go. Nice, and then press in your feet, remove the block or the roller. Nice. Let's take our right knee on top of our left. And then with a band or just with your arms, just hug your knees near your chest and rock a little from side to side. And then settle into Gomukhasana legs. Maybe as you open up, you can bring your hands closer to your shins. Or even all the way into your feet. That's feeling like too much to me. Or you can have your band on your shins. Make sure you relax your shoulders, relax your neck. Nice, and then release your legs, let your left foot come to the ground. Take your hands out to the side. And then twist your knees over to the left. If that feels too intense, uncross your legs and just stack your right knee on top of your left. And then try and really tug that left hip under. You should feel a nice stretch in the outside of your right hip. And then your gaze can be up towards the ceiling. It can be towards your right arm, that will intensify the stretch in your neck, or towards your left hand. That will mellow out the stretch in your neck. Nice, and then come back to center. Scoot your hips to the center. Good. And then take your left knee on top of your right. Hug it in towards your chest. So maybe you're taking little hip circles, maybe you're rocking from side to side. And then make sure your shoulders are relaxed. If your shoulders are pulling up towards the ceiling, maybe grab a strap. You can hold higher on your knees, relax those shoulders, relax your neck. Settle into the pose. And then if you feel an easing in your hips, you can grab a little bit lower on your legs, otherwise stay where you are. Nice, and then release your hands, let that left toe come to the ground, that left foot come to the ground. Take your hands out to the side and let your knees fall to the right. And then take any variation of a twist. We've done lots of different options here. So for me, this is too much. I'm just gonna stack my left knee on top of my right. And then press into that left hand, get a stretch in that left pec. You can grab the top of that right knee, intensify the stretch. You can just let everything go. Notice where you're holding on to any tension and let it go. Nice, and then come back to center. Let's take a happy baby. So grab either behind your knees or behind your feet. And then pulse your legs to straight and bend. And straight and bend. They don't have to go totally straight, straight-ish, right? And bend. Good. And then bring your feet to the ground. Either take your feet wide and let your knees knock in, or take the soles of your feet together, let your knees come out. You can put blocks underneath your knees. You can put a pillow and a block underneath your knees. You can take your arms out in scarecrow. But just coming into this full surrender, into this space of nourishment, self-care, self-love. And then from here, sprawl into your full Shavasana, which could mean staying exactly as you are, or straightening your legs. Come into a position where you can just feel your whole body surrendering to the mat. And then do a body scan. Notice if there's tension in your head, in your eyes, in your ears. Send loving kindness there and let it go. Notice if there's tension in your neck, in your shoulders, down your arms, or into your fingers. Send loving kindness there and let it go. Into your torso, into your belly, upper back, chest. Down the sides of your torso. Notice any tension there. Let it go. Check in with your low back, your outer hips and glutes, the front of your hips and pelvic floor. Notice any tension there and let it go. And then finally down the front of your legs, your quads, your knees, your shins, back of your legs, glutes, hamstrings, back of your knees and calves, all the way down into your feet. Notice any tension there and let it go. And then your homework for today is to just be mindful of your body when you're paused, when you're stopped, when you're sitting at your desk doing work, or sitting on the couch or driving. Notice where you're holding tension. Let it go. See if you can correct it and release it. And release the tension that you're holding throughout the day. And then just notice the full relaxation of your body from your head to your toes. See if you can come to this space as often as possible. And then gently turn to one side, hugging your knees into your chest. Being so grateful for yourself, for this nourishment, for bringing your body and your mind into a space of healing and health and relaxation. And then gently make your way on up to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands to your heart.